Welcome back to PaceImmigration.com, talking to Andy Semotiuk, U.S. and Canadian immigration lawyer. And today I'm going to pick your brain about the U.S. and Canadian side, I think.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about L-1.
Yes.
L-1 visas, or what's commonly known as an intra-corporate transferee.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. What's really neat about this is that the rules in Canada and the United States are almost identical for people who want to come into the country and be transferred from their parent company, let's say, to a subsidiary. So let's take a typical example might be, let's say IBM Canada wants to transfer an executive from Canada to the United States, to IBM in the United States.
Okay.
So the basic gist is, if the person has been a manager, executive, or someone with some essential knowledge of the business, they can be transferred in, provided that person has worked in the foreign entity for a period of at least 1 year. In the case of a Canadian entity, then Canadian entity for 1 year, and is transferred into the U.S. to work for the U.S. entity as a manager, executive, or a person with essential knowledge.
Okay. So you can even take it, so a person, say, from England,
Right.
works in Canada. Let's say they come and they work for IBM in Canada.
Right.
And they work there for a year. Now through the L1, that English person can now be transferred to the United States.
Yes, and this inter-corporate transferee thing works from anywhere in the world to Canada or anywhere in the world to the United States.
Okay. What's it called in Canada?
It's called Intra-Corporate Transferee visa.
It's just simple right there. No fancy L1 or anything like that.
It's L1 in the States because that's a number in the Act. That's why it's L1.
Okay. Time frame for that? If something like, let's
Very
say,
quick.
if IBM called you and they needed somebody transferred, say, this week.
It could be done like tomorrow.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Canadians have a special relationship with the United States in this respect. You can get your visa right at the port of entry. You don't have to apply somewhere at a consulate or whatever.
Oh, okay. So it's because of the NAFTA.
Yeah.
You show up and you've got the letter and everything's,
Yeah, it's really great. It's really great. You know, it's not easy. You've got to document everything. You have to show there's a relationship between the countries. You have to show the man is or woman has worked in Canada for, at least a year out of the last 3 years in the managerial executive capacity or whatever.
Right.
But it's really good because you just go out to the airport and right there at the airport they give you the visa.
So if you wish to relocate to Canada or the United States from either one, maybe talk to your boss.
Right.
See if you can get a transfer and get a different climate, I guess.
Right. One last thing I want to mention. It's possible if you're working for a company and they want to open a new office or subsidiary, either in the United States or, say, in Canada, that you can do that as well. So there doesn't have to be an existing company on both sides of the border.
So you would spearhead it?
Yes.
If they're going to put a new office in there, you would come up with that new office.
Right. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Andy. That's the L1, or in Canada, just, the intra-corporate transferee visa. Talk to Andy at myworkvisa.com. Also reach him at paceimmigration.com. Bye for now.